16 steals contributes to the 38-11 fast break point advantage for the Detroit Pistons. 134-106 victory over Utah. We're going to be breaking down key plays, breaking down some of the stats. Let's get right into it. Ron Holland and Asar Thompson. Man, they're athletic, and they came into the draft being known as freak athletes. But looking at their defense, they're just on a step above already. And I don't know what Utah's doing here with Keontae George switching on to Asar Thompson when he had the advantage with Paul Reed. But Asar Thompson's not going to let him go left. Keontae George is going to see Cody Williams in the corner, and Ron Holland's all the way in the paint. He knows Cody Williams is not a strong shooter at this point in his career. I mean, he's not, and that's just an obvious statement. He's going to catch it. He could have shot it. Ron Holland's going to keep him from going baseline. But Asar Thompson, he's eyeing the lane here. He was waiting. He wanted Cody Williams to see an open lane from Keontae George. Why Keontae George is so far back? Maybe he wanted Cody Williams to throw more of a lob so he can get over Asar. But Asar's going to play that lane, get the steal, pass it off to Ron Holland for the easy dunk. And these two are contributing to the high-level transition offense this team has. Next up, Jalen Duren showing exactly what we want to see every single night. 115% effort, getting the chase down block on Colin Sexton. I was watching with my audio off, and I thought he fouled him for sure. Looking back at the replay, that's clean, baby. That's clean. Jalen Duren playing up on Walker Kessler here. Going to not allow any sort of pass inside. 100% effort play. Leads to one of the 16 steals and 2 of the 38 fast break points. Great play from JD there. Hyper-athletic dunk as well on that one. But Cade Cunningham is going to take the screen from Jalen Duren. And big guy for Utah, Filipowski, is going to... Look at how far up he is. He's facing the opposite way of where Cade Cunningham's driving at this point. So he bit, thinking that Cade was going to try to go farther left and go around the wing. But Cade's going to break down middle, and that's going to force the defenders inside to collapse, leading to an easy reverse dunk for Asar Thompson. At one point, Detroit had a 31-point lead, but halfway through that first quarter, they put on the gas, did not look back. They're taking care of these bad teams. And, I mean, Utah's not even trying. They didn't want to be in this game. So I'm going to give Detroit all the credit in the world for dominating, but it's at the same time, like Utah's resting all their players. They're going all in for Cooper Flagg. And here is another look at the fast break discrepancy here, 38-11. Detroit only 0.4 behind Denver this season in fast break scoring. And that's before tonight's game. They still have to update this with 38 points tonight. Looking at their past three, they're 6.3 more points higher than the second place team in Chicago right now in the past three. Obviously, you're dealing with a 36-point fast break scoring from last game. I'm curious to see. They're going to be in the 30s when you're taking into account their 38 from tonight, 36 from last game. The number was down in Denver, but don't think it was too far away from there. But overall, Detroit has been running, and it's been working. And this is only the 8th victory for Detroit in Salt Lake City since 1979, according to the broadcast tonight. That's insane. I mean, I feel like in the NBA, a team can generally beat any team on any given night, and you can only win 8 times in almost 50 years? I mean, that's a pretty wild stat to me. But looking at some of the scoring, Malik Beasley stepping up. Tobias Harris is out for personal reasons. I hope everything's okay with him. But Malik Beasley, 6th Man of the Year candidate, doing what 6 men do. They step up, able to come into the starting unit, 15 points. Chucked up 14 threes tonight, only hit 3 of them. But he had an alley-oop dunk finish. But Cade Cunningham, sneaky 4 steals there. He's not a guy who usually racks them up, but he was playing the lanes, picking on the smaller defender and Keontae George in this one. But overall, just seeing Jalen Duren and Asar Thompson night after night be fantasy studs and putting up stat line filling performances. I mean, Asar, 17.6 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals and a block. Jalen Duren, 16 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 4 blocks. And that's coming after last game, Jalen Duren having 6 blocks as career high. We broke down every single one of his blocks in our last video. Make sure you go check that one out. This was a good game for Detroit. I'm pretty sure next one up is the Los Angeles Clippers. Then they play the Warriors. So they have a tough 2-game stretch here, and I think after those 2, they have the Blazers. I'm curious to see if they can finish this week 2-2 at least getting a win against the Blazers. But if they can pick one off against Golden State or take one again against the Clippers, I mean, that's only going to secure them in the 6th seed. And potentially, we're not just talking about 6th seed anymore. We're talking about a 4 or 5 seed. They're a game ahead of Indiana and Milwaukee with 35 wins. They have 2 more losses on the season, but they're playing to par with teams that are fighting for home court advantage. They are one of those teams fighting for home court advantage. Nobody would have expected that before this year. But we're going to keep breaking everything down on this channel. Make sure you check out our play breakdowns, our stat breakdowns, our interviews, our guests we bring in, all on the Leggy Sports YouTube channel. Have a great night. Go Pistons.